Good morning. Well, here's the first step of my morning. This is Freya. This is Ziggy. First step, take the dogs outside. I know they are ready to go out, stinkies. Okay, ready to go outside? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look, we got new snow. Yay. Ah, new snow. Watch. Ziggy, this is crazy. In the wintertime, he like disappears. And so many times I come out here with him, like, where'd Ziggy go? And then Freya, she disappears in the summer months because she's brown. But in the winter, I can see her. And I think the only reason you can see Ziggy so well is because I have my flash on. But yeah, these two, these two are my first thing in the mornings. Good morning again. Okay, so the dogs have been let out, they've been fed, I've been fed, the granddaughter's off to school, the husband's running errands, so now it's like me time. So welcome to my second round of coffee time with Kamie. Gosh, you know, when I first did the last one, I thought, oh, I'll just do it and just see. And I was like shocked how many people actually watched it. And then I was just heart-filled with people that actually replied. It just inspired me because let me tell you, doing this channel, I'm rising up over some big fears of my own, like self-conscious, my self-confidence about, I don't know, doing this and my self-image and stuff, you know. And so thank you so much for watching and for replying. So I thought, gosh, I had so many people watch and reply. I probably should stick to it and do another one because I said I was going to. So I rewatched it and looked at stuff that I had talked about. So I want to touch base. And I thought, oh my gosh, Kamie, who has time to watch an old lady talking for 30 minutes in the morning? Then I thought, well, you know what? They can always hit pause and come back. So I was just going to go blah, 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 and touch everything. I'm like, no, dang it. I want to touch on these points and like, you know, whatever. And they can hit pause and come back all they want. So I want to get to something really quick though. This is just, it kind of goes along with me and my topics, rising up and over all these things that we have. But gosh, something my granddaughter said this morning on the way to school, just the more I thought about it, the more it like hit me. And I thought I'm gonna touch on this in my video this morning over coffee time. Because coffee time is like a time to like, I don't know, it's kind of like cozy and let's charge and whatever. So she's getting ready for school and she puts her coat and her hat on. And I'm sitting at the table because Grandpa's taking her and she's like, Grandma, look how cute I am. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to videotape this for my coffee thing on my own personal Facebook page because I always do a good morning coffee. And I think I'm going to start doing morning coffee with AZ because she says the darndest things. And my close friends just love her. So I'm like, oh, and I got my camera going. I said, what did you say? And she goes, she gets all shy and stuff now because I asked her. And she says, look how cute I am. And I said, you are very cute. And you know what? I am so glad that you know that. And she laughed and I got to thinking, you know, there's going to come a day in her sweet, innocent life as a female, and I'm sure it happens to males because I raised 4 boys. I know this shit happens to them too, but there's going to come a point in her life that someone's going to tell her that she's not cute and make her feel not cute. And I'm thinking, God, doesn't that happen to all of us here? I'm sitting myself thinking, oh my God, my hair is hideous. And oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm like, we just like are so hard on ourselves. And when did I start thinking I wasn't cute? Someone must have told me I was cute at one point, I think. You know, my background is a little whatever. We'll get on that. But I don't think anyone ever told me I was cute in my childhood, and definitely no one ever told me I was cute or pretty my entire life. Oh, my now husband did, and I was 27, 28 when I married him. So anyway, so somewhere along the line, someone reaffirmed with me that I was ugly. And gosh, when she said that, it just resonated so much with me. And this morning, let me tell you, whatever, we're all women. Well, maybe there's men watching, I don't even know, but you know what, men too. Come on, I'm married, my husband's 69, so I know what happens and what men go through too. But let me tell you something. And if you're 30 or whatever younger, don't laugh too hard, okay? Because it's coming, let me tell you. So this morning, I'm brushing my teeth and looking in the mirror thinking, should I do something with my hair before I do this video? And I'm like, for what? I'm not here to impress anyone. So I'm looking, and I noticed yesterday I had a dot on my nose. And so I had this red dot on my nose. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. I know where that came from. So yesterday morning, I'm like brushing my teeth and washing my face, and I noticed something. And I have really big pores on my nose. So I'm like looking closer. I'm like, what the heck is that? Oh my gosh. And let me tell you, I'm going to really try hard not to curse on this channel, but I am famous for throwing the F words, the F-bombs when they fit. And this one time fit, but I'm not. I'm like, for F's sake, it was a hair growing out of my nose. And I had to pluck it. I had to tweezer it off my nose, and it bled, and therefore I have this red dot on my nose. I'm like, isn't it enough that I have hair growing under my nose now? And I have to have a hair growing out of my nose? Oh my gosh. So anyway, so I'm like, you know what? I'm still cute. And I'm going to have you, I want you to go into that bathroom, and I want you to go look in that mirror, and I want you to look right in your eyes and say, I'm cute. Look at me. I'm so cute. I'm serious. I want you to do that every day this week. And you know what? I'm going to too. And it's going to be really hard, but I'm going to do it. Because dag nabbit, we were 3 years old one time, and we thought we were cute, and we still are. So that's my thing. So I want to know what you did this past week to rise up and reach, and reconnect. What did you do? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Did you reach for new goals? Did you reach for new inspirations, new adventures? Did you make a step in something you have been working on? Gosh, I really want to know. So that brings me to my topic. I touched on this last coffee time that I'm working on this new content, and it was all up here and on all my papers. So I have to tell you, I think I finalized it. I made my outline of all the details, which I had to do a couple of times, because as I was going, I'm like, I have this, but then new inspiration would hit me, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I delete this because so I'd add this. So finally, I came up with my final draft outline. I have it all done. So now what I need to do is just implement it, just do it. So what this content is, like I talked about last time, and if you don't remember, that's one thing I learned too. Okay, you'll learn I can't even say it. I have squirrel. That's where I get my freaking nickname. Anyway, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Because I'm thinking, oh, I'm looking like an idiot in front of all these people, but whatever. And doves just flew by the way. Anyway, see, squirrel. Oh my gosh, it never stops. So in order to do this content, I need to be outside because it involves fire, and I really shouldn't build a campfire inside my house. So here's the thing I'm really excited about. I live in northern Lower Michigan, and it is like going into the second week of January, I don't know if you can see behind my window. You can still see grass, okay? That's not good. That's weird. That's like, oh my gosh. And that's just new. We haven't really had a winter. We had snow one time that I got to bike in. It was heavenly, and then it just all left. So now the weather reports are coming in. Major snowstorm brewing for us starting tomorrow morning, which will be a Tuesday, starting tomorrow morning all the way through the next day. And then 2 more days this week, we're supposed to get snow. 6 to 10 inches possible tomorrow in the next 24, starting tomorrow for 24 hours. So boy, I'm excited because that means so many more adventures in the snow. Do I like driving in it? Absolutely not. But you live in northern Michigan. That's life up here, so you just know how to deal with it. So I'm like, okay, so we're getting this major snowstorm. I finally got this content that I've been talking about so much, and I really, really, really want to get it launched because it's so relevant for the start of a new year. So I'm like, well, I could go out, and that just would add to the theme, doing it in a major snowstorm. And so anyway, big step for me. I got it ready. I finalized the draft, and now I just have to put it forward. So that was a goal I set for myself, and I accomplished it. What else did I do? Oh gosh, last week. Yeah, oh my gosh, I had 3 key things that I accomplished last week since I last saw you. One was the project. I got that done. The second, oh my gosh, to meet up with my friend, my adventure friend, and we hiked. And we hiked a new section of the NCT that I haven't hiked yet. Most of it I already hiked, but I couldn't finish this little section last year because I did it during a thaw, and it flooded, impassable. So I had to turn and go back. So I was missing a few miles. So Friday, that was a goal. I accomplished that goal this weekend. And then, oh my gosh, my third one was a bucket list goal. And so I thought, okay, here we go. I looked at the weather. I just did this yesterday. So I looked at the weather, no wind, no precipitation. The temps were going to be near 30. That might sound cold to those of you that live, where it's warm and hot all the time. But in Michigan, 30 in January is and I adventure out when it's below 0. So 30 degrees isn't bad at all, especially if there's no wind. So I didn't want to go solo. I thought I'd never be able to do this really because 1, I didn't think I had the proper gear to keep me safe and warm enough in my kayak. 2, I don't want to do this alone. It just increases the risks exponentially. So I didn't think I'd ever have a friend to do this with, but here I am. I have one, and I do have the right gear. And I'm going to do a whole video on my paddle adventure from yesterday, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what I'll title it. That's another thing that's really hard for me, is to come up with titles for all these. I can pay some app to come up with titles for me, and I've done that a couple times on free trials, but now I got paid for it, and I'm like, ooh, do I really need to? I'm kind of witty. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. So I'm gonna do that. That's one of my projects this week. So anyway, so I look at the weather for whatever adventure and activity I want to do, and to see if it's manageable. And yesterday it was. So my goal was to kayak in the wintertime. I've never kayaked in January ever. Like I said, even our lakes are already frozen over. I've kayaked in December, but I think it was in the 40s that year that we kayaked, and that was like, whoa, look at us. And it was so awesome. So I wanted to get to the river. So I knew that I had to be very, very detailed and careful with my planning. You don't want to do something for the first time and bite off more you can chew and then have it totally suck and become very dangerous. You want to experience it, you want to enjoy it, and you want to be safe. So yesterday we picked a stretch of the river that, like I said, that's the river I paddle all summer for years. So I picked a stretch that was short to us. It was 10 miles. So we could do that in less than 3 hours, just taking our time even. We know that it's a very safe stretch of the river. It's just wide open, slow, tons of places along the bank to get out if we need to make an emergency exit. We just know that section of the river so well. So we chose that section of the river to do. And we always send a safety beacon to our spouses. That's another thing I'd highly recommend, especially if you're solo. And gosh, we just got in and we paddled and it was so peaceful. I did take video. It was really hard for me to video a lot because it was cold. My hands to be outside of my pogies, the bar mitt things that I put on my paddle. But I did. I captured some good footage, and God, it was just, I miss the river so much. I was so happy to be there. And if I don't do it again this winter, I'll be fine now because I got it. I just had to get one more before I was really ready to put my boat up. Yeah, I made notes. I'm looking at my notes because that's the way my brain works. And I want to make sure I cover everything that I told you I would. So yeah, I really want to hear from you. I want to hear, what goals did you make? What steps you took? Did anything, powerful and exciting happen to you this week? So this week, we're preparing for our first winter snowstorm. My snowshoes are out because I did wear them once already because we got a bunch of snow in December. And I got out on my snowshoes before it all melted, and that was it. So I am excited. I've touched base before with you folks, with you all. I live on 14 acres, and I have a 1.5 mile trail system out back in our back property that we developed for a girls' bike team I used to coach, and I just maintain it. Because I run on it, I hike on it. My granddaughters are going to learn to bike on it, and they already bike on it. We go hikes, as families. And anyway, so gosh, get a major snowstorm, and I'm snowed in. I don't care because I've got my trail system. So I'm going to do that. I know, and I'm going to videotape it. But gosh, I would love to get my granddaughter snowshoes. She's 3.5, and she's a really active outdoors girl already. She doesn't have a choice, right? So I really want to get her a pair of snowshoes. If any of you have snowshoed with toddlers, can you give me a recommendation of snowshoes? And because I really would like to get her going and snowshoeing. We do own a snowmobile, and my husband because he used that to groom the trail when I was coaching my fat bike team. So he does run the snowmobile for part of the trail system so our granddaughter can hike on it. And so I'm thinking if he did that she wouldn't be snowshoeing through super deep snow like I like to do and like I do. And she would have a groomed trail, and I could go to my local trail too that grooms it. But yeah, so she wouldn't be stomping through deep bushwhacking snow, backcountry snowshoeing with grandma yet, but she would be snowshoeing on packed snow. So if that helps you on what to recommend to me, that's a little piece of information. So yeah, gosh. Yeah. Hey, I welcome any feedback because I let you in on that secret that this is all new in the editing and all this stuff. And if there's anything I should change, is my voice too loud? Gosh, dang, it echoes in here. Should I, I don't even know, but maybe it is what it is. I mean, this is my house. I can't change anything. I'm not going to just for my YouTube videos, but I could talk quieter. I'm a coach by trade. I have been for 20 plus years, so I have a loud voice. Ask my children. My youngest child gets that from me too. I always thought I had a deep voice for a woman, and I sang tenor in the choir, the church choir, and gosh, every so often I'll answer the phone. You know, when we used to have phones that hung on the wall or sat on the table, I'd answer the phone, and they're like, "Dave?" You know, they're like, "No, it's Kamie," and they're like, "Oh, so sorry." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've gotten that all my life." So if you think I need to like really like pay attention, because I'm very self-conscious, and I have to talk quieter, please let me know. And you probably just heard that because last time I videoed, I'm like, oh gosh, I can't drinking my coffee. Whatever. Did you hear that one? Oh, I'm gonna be so self-conscious doing these dang old videos. I'm gonna rise up though. Anyway, gosh dang, it's been great having coffee with you this morning. I look forward to hearing from you. Here we go again. Oh my gosh, I just get so excited. I hope you all had a great weekend because it's Monday morning while I'm videoing this. I just hope your coming week is filled with all good things, with laughter, with love. I hope rising up, reaching, and reconnecting. And I will see you next week.